Hello everybody. I watched an interesting video this morning about smear campaigns, and it's called Secrets of Smear Campaigns You've Never Heard Before by Vaknin. He's a narcissist expert and he has quite a few channels on YouTube, so I recommend him if anyone's interested in that sort of stuff. So this video, Secrets of Smear Campaigns, it's relevant to me because I've been through one, and it's relevant to Lucy Letby. And I'm not ready to look at my own in this level of detail yet because it's too confronting. So I looked at Lucy's just now, and I thought I would share what I'm thinking, and I'm curious if anyone has any thoughts or different ideas about how they would categorise the people involved in Lucy's smear campaign. So first of all, he says that the truth... Okay, so he explains at the beginning of the video that a smear campaign can be based on the truth. You know, it's not necessarily based on lies, which is what did he say? Referred to it as a kind of like misconception or something. It could be based on the truth, which has been distorted to such a degree that it's a defamation by omission, I think he called it. Anyway, you can watch the video if you want to get the proper quotes, but anyway, along those lines. So I thought the truth is that Lucy... there are issues at the Countess of Chester Hospital, and she's usually there. So I thought that was probably the truth that they based this on. Then he describes a triad of main instigators or players in this, this kind of attack, which he calls, I think, what did he call it? Something like gang stalking or gang... something like that. So the first player is the inducer. So I'm wondering what you lot think about this, because I did ask a question in the comments of the video, of Sam Vaknin's video. Can you have two inducers? Because he describes that there's usually one person who's the inducer of the smear campaign. So they come up with the narrative. So Stephen Beery, but I wasn't sure if you could have two inducers, because I've seen one of Jairam's interviews where he said it was at the time when they were being called to apologise to Lucy Letby, and he said she's something along the lines of, she's claimed that we are starting or holding a campaign against her. So he did describe it as like a double, like a teamwork thing with him and Stephen Beery. So anyway, I'm not quite sure. If you can't, then I'm guessing maybe that Stephen Beery is the inducer. So the next category is the exploiter. And this is a bit interesting. I haven't got everybody in here because there's a lot of players. So I haven't considered Sandy Bohin. There's like some players that I don't know as much about yet, to the level of detail that I'd be able to categorise them. So the exploiter is the one who gets a kick out of it, and they jump on the bandwagon, and they're like the second main players. So I thought Ravi Jairam, Dowie Evans, and Sam Vaknin explains that a smear campaign can be a career choice, and I thought that just fitted Dowie Evans perfectly. And Snowden, I don't know his first name, but he's a journalist, isn't he? And I get the impression he was early on the scene. And Sam Vaknin he mentions journalists as a category of people who can get involved in these things. So I thought, yeah, maybe he could actually go in the second part of this rather than further down the line, even though I imagine he got involved, during or post-conviction. Nevertheless, he was a central part of the smear campaign, I guess. I could be wrong because I don't know that much about him. And then the cult members, I actually only have one person under here at the moment, which is John Gibbs. So this is the person who's always wanted a mission and they've always wanted to like belong. And I'm not sure about this one because, well, no, I am sure that he's a cult member of this gang. On the other hand, when I first heard about this case ages ago, I thought he was sort of like at the heart of it, which he is, but now I'm thinking it was more these chaps, and that he was, you know, a keen cult member because it gives the impression of like being a part of something and being part of the in-group and, you know, that sort of thing. And then over here, oh, my back's hurting from leaning over, hang on. I'd like your opinion on this as well. So, I don't know what he called this, slaves or something. He didn't clearly name this category, but I've just called it people who are suppressing rage. And I've put Susie Holt because I could put her as an exploiter, but I haven't. So the people in this category are the ones who sort of like do all the legwork to make it all happen. Paul Hughes, Danielle Stonier, not a fan of her at all. So these are people who are, how did he describe it? Yeah, they do like all the work to kind of like, they kind of like contact the right people and like spread the word. And you know how she went out to the families and basically like she did the work of the character defamation to the families directly, and she was the one who helped them actually get credibility when they took it to the police. But I don't think she's an exploiter of the thingamajig, of this whole situation. I think she's a kind of, you know, these are people that are already angry. They've already got a grievance against something in their life, or they've already got some kind of reason to jump on the bandwagon of something like this. So I put her in there. So, yep, that's what I did this morning while I'm waiting for Sainsbury's. Alright, hope you found it interesting, and let me know if you watched Sam Vaknin's video or if you've got any thoughts. I'd be really interested to hear them.